Those are the same too.
We are live here with Jane Unchained. We are down at the Tuna Harbor Fish Market, and the market happens here every Saturday over here, right in San Diego, downtown near the Seaport Village. And so we have some people here who are not big fans of the fishing industry and have something to say about it. So we're here. This is the Animal Save, San Diego's Animal Save, and we're about ready to have a speak out here.
Another perspective on fishes. Fish and other aquatic animals are fascinating. They are curious and perceptive. Each one has its own personality and knows that their fellow aquatic companions, they have a complex social life, sometimes even forming relationships with fish from other species. They use tools, they communicate in developed ways, they learn and remember past events, etc. Above all, like us, they feel pleasure and pain, as do octopuses and squids, lobsters and prawns. 1,000 to 3,000 billion fishes are killed every year. These animals make up 95% of the victims consumed for their meat. We are attending an incredible massacre without doing anything about it. Aquatic animals may be different from us, but that doesn't mean their lives are any less valuable. They deserve our moral consideration like all other animals. This is from the endoffishing.org website.
All right, thank you so much. That was emotionally put there. I know. All right, so we have some other action going on over here. So we have our friend Liz Gary here, right by the water.
Overfished.
Yeah.
So we deplete
having a little discussion.
Chain of life in the ecosystem. Yeah, and we're actually at risk of losing our fish populations within years ahead. You know, it's like I've heard rumors of 2050 or 2030. We could have some real trouble with our ecosystems in the ocean. So, you know what? You can have it all again plant-based. Hey, you guys! Hi, Jane and community.
Yeah, we're here on Jane Unchained Live, everyone, and this is Liz Gary. If you're just joining us, we're here at Tuna Harbor Market, and
SOS.
Liz has something to say about this market.
Save our seas.
Save our seas.
Vegan seafood
yes,
rules.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
And we're here to inform the public, or you're here to inform the public about something. What do you want to let them know?
Well, that we have everything plant-based. As you can see from the table display, we start down here. We've got no fish fillets by Dareen. We have crab cakes. And these are products brought to us by Whole Foods Hillcrest. We're gonna plate up a whole bunch of veggie sushi. There's nothing left to be desired. So we have down the line here too, we have canned vegan tuna from Sophie's Kitchen, which is made, I believe, with lentils and soy, and we're gonna open that up, squeeze a little lemon juice and black pepper on it and serve it on a cucumber round. And down here, I have made ceviche from scratch using a textured vegetable protein and a quick pico de gallo from Jensen's Foods. You rehydrate this with a bay leaf and a little bit of oregano, and then you simmer the water to get some flavor out of these. Rehydrate your textured vegetable protein, and then mix it up.
Here. Where do you get this product?
You know what? This is available in most grocery stores today. Bob's Red Mill. It's also in bulk at some specialty stores and natural food stores, and in your Latino stores as well. This recipe comes from Ensenada, Mexico. When I was studying Spanish, I was staying at a family's home, and the señora of the casa made this recipe for me, and so I'm passing it on to you. She took the textured vegetable protein and rehydrated it and then mixed it with pico de gallo, and I've added a little bit of the English cucumber, and now we're going to serve it with some chips. It's got a little extra lime juice.
Delicious.
Does it look like ceviche? And you know what? Guess what? If you put it out at a party, people wouldn't even know the difference. They would love it anyway. So over here too, we have some crab cake samples and some fish fillet samples. So we're gonna start taste testing and get the sushi out.
Okay, so this product comes from this over here. This is Dareen makes these two things right here. So very convenient, right? You just get them and
my goodness, you can
'em on the
almost
stove.
have it all again. So we've
so
got
cool.
fish replacements, crab substitutes. Oh, the no shrimp tacos are phenomenal. So I encourage everyone to give it a try because there's no need to use products from the ocean anymore when you can have it all plant-based.
Yeah.
You guys have questions for us?
Is this like tuna?
It's tuna, yeah. We're going to open up a can of it right now. How about if we open up a can and check it out? It looks like tuna, it
Are
probably.
you okay with being filmed on Facebook?
Yeah, no problem.
All right. You guys here visiting?
I use UCSD and then.
And we're from England, we're visiting, yeah.
You visiting from England? Oh, great.
Okay, so
We're down at the sea here in San Diego, California.
okay, it's
Very
got
cool.
a little bit of oil, so it's like tuna. You drain it off, and then inside, oh my goodness, it's a little darker than we've had before. But I will slice up some.
To me, it looks like
It looks like dark tuna. a
Either
little bit,
tuna or
but
cat
you know
food.
what? I know, that's what they're kind of. So this is just for science. We're going to give it a try. I've never had this product before, but actually, Good Catch is another brand that makes some as well, and they make a beautiful product. I just tried it at the Natural Products Expo West in Anaheim. It was fantastic. So I will slice up some cucumber, put a little bit of lemon juice and pepper on that, and then
Very
we'll
cool.
try some of the ceviche with some chips and show you that you can have it all again plant-based and serve up our sushi. So thank you guys for coming down here. Today is the third annual World Day for the End of Fishing. So we're down here talking
Third
about
annual.
how we can help our oceans by reducing our consumption of seafood and switch to fun recipes where you can really have it all again and enjoy everything from no fish tacos, I got the recipe right here, to ceviche, and you're welcome to come to the free cooking classes that the City of San Diego sponsors through our public library system. Once a month at the Point Loma Library, once a month at the Pacific Beach Library, and
There's
at other libraries as well.
information.
I'm getting all over town, getting free cooking classes set up with our public library so people can taste test the food, learn how to cook it, and then be able to enjoy it at home. So it's all about sharing new products. So thank you Whole Foods, and thank you Jensen's Market, Jensen's Foods as well. We are lucky with all of these great products available at our local grocery stores. And let's taste test them. I'm gonna put
You
some
guys
gloves
ever
on.
tried any vegan seafood options before?
I have not, no.
No. Oh, good time to try it. All right, we'll come back for that.
So what's the Facebook thing that you're on?
Oh, this is Jane Unchained Live, Jane Velez-Mitchell page.
Okay, can I take a picture of you?
Sure. All right. So here we have one of our organizers. Hi, this is Melanie. Want to introduce yourself, Melanie?
Hi, I'm Melanie Arce. I'm one of the organizers here with San Diego Animal Save, and we come here to the market every Saturday morning for a few hours where they're selling all different kinds of fishes, both dead and alive. We haven't ever had a demo like this before, but this is super awesome. We usually just do some chalktivism and hand out leaflets that
what are
Tuna
you
gives
handing out?
us. This one I really like because it has a dog on it
Aww.
with a hook in their mouth, and yeah, it says if you want to eat your dog, why would you eat fish? And this one has like the top 5 reasons why we shouldn't be eating fish. So fishing hurts, it's unhealthy, bad for the environment, fish feel, they're smart and sensitive, and then again, just if you wouldn't eat your dog, why resort to speciesism of putting one species above another instead of just treating them all equally if they all feel pain relatively the same way. So we've been coming here since the beginning of the year now, so a few months.
Rain or shine, huh?
Yeah, actually,
you guys.
it's really nice
It's
that
raining
now
every
it's
weekend, I tell
super
you.
nice. I love how beautiful it is here. It's just really disappointing that it's such a beautiful place. Such horrible things happening, but it's really great to be here talking to different people from the public. There's always a lot of foot traffic, especially when it's nice out. We've established a pretty good relationship with people that work at this market. I was just speaking to somebody that works at this market. Yeah, they're super interested in what we're doing, and that's really nice to have. We are met with some aggression sometimes, but we've also had a lot of great conversations here. I think we have a really unique opportunity here to hold kind of a different type of vigil than what is usually in other cities that have the Save Movement chapters, just because we don't have as traditional of slaughterhouses. That doesn't mean that thousands and thousands of animals aren't being killed in San Diego all the time. It's just happening in a little bit different way.
Right. And these, a lot of people forget about fish when they're talking about animal rights.
Definitely. They're the most forgotten about species, even amongst vegans and animal rights activists. I think they're just so often easily forgotten about because that's how society also treats them. They're smaller, they're killed on a much larger scale. Their deaths are in the trillions a year, and mostly because it's out in the ocean, we're not as connected to it, and also when we do see them suffering, their screams are silent, so that makes it harder too.
Yeah, it makes it harder even for animal rights activists to cover what's happening out there and what happens to those fish, right? I mean, because it's all out in the middle of the ocean. So
definitely, that's a good thing about coming to markets like this, because half of the fish come here alive, and you can see them suffering here, even if they're not visibly screaming or audibly screaming. We can see them visibly screaming by the way that they are jumping all around on a table, and you can just see them slowly suffocating to death. So to be able to be here and capture it can be really hard, but I think it's really important that we share those images.
Yeah, raise awareness of that. So I think that San Diego has a great opportunity to do that, so that's great.
Definitely.
Well,
thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you
all
Melanie,
for watching.
for what you do for the animals. And we have some more people gathered around the table here, and Liz is helping to raise some awareness about all the different alternatives that people can choose instead of needing to buy fish.
This is a vegan crab cake.
Have you tried crab cake too?
You want to try a crab cake? Anybody for the ceviche? This is a vegan ceviche.
The crab cake makes me very sick.
You are very nice. I just got it.
All right, so here are protesters here that are here every Saturday. They have some things to say. Don't pay for oppression. Animal oppression, go vegan. Some screams can't be heard. Sea life, not seafood. Go vegan. And this is one of my favorites. Fish are individuals on property. Giving out some great literature here. And we have sea animals are living creatures who feel pain just like us. So what do you have to say about that?
I have to say that everybody out there should see Seaspiracy out there. There's things in there that should be, that everybody should know. 80% of the oxygen that we get is from the phytoplankton in the ocean. That's one thing everybody should know. Another thing everybody should know is that there are people abducted, slave labor that works on the boats, these fishing boats. And all around this is just a disaster. It's a disaster for the oceans, which if we continue to fish at the rate that we're fishing them out at, are going to be fishless by 2047. There's so much bycatch with these animals that
And what does that mean,
obscene.
bycatch?
Bycatches are fish that you're not intending to catch that you end up with in the net, and that just ends up, as waste. And these are creatures that are part of the ecosystem of the oceans, and we are wasting all to make our bodies worse, make the environment worse, and cause pain to animals that didn't do anything to us and are part of the ecosystem.
You know how most fish are caught these days? Like what's the operation?
They use these big nets that I mean, that is the problem, is because the nets catch so much more than what the original fish that they're intended to. They cast a wide net. That's what it is. And there's just way more, and it's just super wasteful.
Miles and miles.
And a lot of the food that comes from there goes to livestock. A lot of the fish go to livestock animals here that we also don't need. So all in all, it's just a huge, terrible, indecent waste of resources, a lot of pain, all for nothing when we could be eating delicious plant-based foods that we grow for ourselves on the land. So we have no business going into the ocean to dig out for food.
Yeah. Let the oceans rest, huh?
Let the oceans rest. Exactly.
You wouldn't want to frack the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, those nets they're called crawlers. They crawl down at the very, very depths of the oceans, and they're miles and miles and miles long of fish nets. And that's what he's talking about, the bycatch. The dolphins, they get caught in there, and other sea creatures that we don't eat, and they are just wasted.
Yeah, it's something that people don't really think about, right? They don't think about it. They don't have any idea where the stuff comes from.
That's right. Yeah, for years we thought of the oceans as being infinite. We thought we could, even years ago we thought we could dump nuclear waste into oceans. And it's just not the case. I mean, the ocean is finite. Yeah, it's large. We haven't explored something like 5% of the oceans we've explored, but we cannot continue to abuse them because they're not going to come back. And a lot of the arguments that Oceana and some of these organizations make about sustainable fishing, it's just we're not doing sustainable fishing. This is not what is practiced, and we need to really end it.
You think it's possible?
It's possible to do sustainable fishing. It would have to be, I guess sustainable in terms of it coming back.
Right. To feed the population at the rate that they're eating fish now.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Just trying to get get it as cheaply as possible, just to sell it.
And that's where you have slave laborers. People don't realize the reason why you're paying such a low amount for fish is because there's people that are being kidnapped, and they're forced to go onto these ships and work. Kids work for nothing. They're slaves. Like, why would you want that?
Yeah, you got to know what's behind your food, right?
That's it.
It's all, we eat 3 times a day, and
I know, and you vote actually with your dollars 3 times a day versus voting once or twice here at the voting machines. Voting booths, sorry. No one should ever vote on voting machines, ever. That's another topic.
That's another topic, yeah.
Paper ballots only.
Okay, let's go for that.
Ever.
All right. Oh, look at this. Some other people are enjoying, and the kids are learning about the alternatives. All right, I'm going to go over here and just cover this market here a little bit, just to see what's going on here. Take a little walk. No graphics. I can't handle it myself either, people. So we'll just kind of see how big this is and see what's happening. Here's one that's sold out. Well, I can tell you, when you come on here, if you're not used to fish markets and the smell, it's pretty overpowering, even though we're outside. And this is probably the freshest you could get, but it still smells. It still smells, people. Yeah, the smell just permeates here. The smell of the poor fish. So as you can see, we are downtown San Diego. There's some other vendors here doing things along the market. And here we have, this is Seaport Village. And stay here in San Diego. Lots of people visiting from all over the place. Earlier we had some people from England who were visiting, and they'd never tried any vegan seafood products, so they got to try some. So maybe they can make different purchases in the future. So again, we're here at the Tuna Harbor Market, Seaport Village, and we've had some good visitors here trying out the vegan seafood, and
Vegan sushi, would you guys like a sample?
all right, thank you for joining us. This has been live coverage of the Tuna Harbor Fish Market in San Diego, California. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.